Hey everybody, Scott Spreitzer here from DocSports.com, and this is your report for Wednesday, August 1st, 2018, the month of July behind us. A lot of football coming up, guys, now through February. It all starts tomorrow, just 24 hours away from the NFL Hall of Fame game, and of course that means college football just around the corner also. It kicks off on August 25th. And I also wanted to mention real quickly that if you have yet to become a member over at DocSports.com, quite easy to do. All you got to do is click on the link below the video and set yourself up for a free $60 account. Also, the early bird package is still available, college football and the NFL. And don't forget about our preseason packages. We love preseason football, as we explained on yesterday's video, and you can check it out. We do think that there are some situations, a handful, in preseason play that are actually better spots than the first 2 weeks of the regular season, and those will be premium plays over at DocSports.com exclusively. And again, the Bears and the Ravens kick things off on Thursday in the Hall of Fame game. We've seen the Ravens getting action, and that line has moved up a little bit from where it began. As far as we're concerned for Thursday, for Wednesday, we do have premium baseball available right now at DocSports.com. It'll be available to you, by the way, after 11:30 a.m. Eastern, 8:30 a.m. Pacific on Wednesday. Couple of quick notes. We will have our CFL card for the upcoming week available Thursday afternoon. Like always, we're on a 99-67 CFL winning run. We got a big play going to this weekend's CFL action again. That'll be up Thursday afternoon. If we do get involved in the NFL preseason game, that will also be available on Thursday afternoon. But for Wednesday, we've got premium plays in baseball. And again, those are up and available after 11:30 a.m. Eastern, 8:30 a.m. Pacific time. Free pick winner here yesterday. We cashed the under between the Astros and the Mariners. We're going to go back to that matchup for today's free pick in just a bit. The NFL preseason article that I spoke about on yesterday's video, that'll be up on Wednesday and be up for the next week over at DocSports.com. Early movers for Wednesday. We've got a couple of them in Major League Baseball. First up, the Cardinals. They're getting some action overnight over Colorado. Pitching matchup there is Freeland and Weaver. Nice bounce back last time, by the way, by Kyle Freeland. And as far as Weaver's concerned, he's been pretty strong in 3 of his last 4 outings. Not too hot at home this season and a hefty whip, though. But the Cards played about 5 runs per game against left-handed starters. A lean towards the Rocks for me, the Rockies, but it's not going to be a play. The early movement, though, on the St. Louis Cardinals. The Reds, they're getting early action at Detroit. Sal Romano, overall road numbers, not good, but his last few outings have gone well on the road. And then you look at Detroit's Mike Fiers, his competition, talking about Sal Romano's competition, that is. 6 straight solid starts for the Detroit Tigers. How about 9 earned runs allowed in his last 39-plus innings pitched? Only 42 base runners given up in that time frame also. He does have a hefty whip in his last 3 starts, though, and the bettors might be looking at that a little bit. Both teams playing similar baseball right now. Detroit seems to be win one, lose one. Cincinnati Reds, they win a few games, lose a few games back and forth. But again, this pitching matchup for me looks pretty even. But again, the Cincinnati Reds are getting early action for Wednesday's card. Free pick, Houston, Seattle, in just a second. Quick note again, premium action on Wednesday in baseball available at DocSports.com after 11:30 a.m. Eastern on Wednesday's card. Don't forget about those early bird packages. College football, picks released online, 101-67, 60% run, 58% last 300 plus. NFL releases plus NFL preseason. Again, it's all going to be available right now if you go over to DocSports.com after you watch this video. Let's get to our free Wednesday pick. You know what? Before I do that, quick note, almost forgot. Wanted to mention that starting in the next week or so, we're going to have a bunch of podcasts available over at DocSports.com. I'll be involved in 2 of those. Indian Cowboy, if you know him over at DocSports.com, and I'm sure you do, he and I are going to do a Tuesday night podcast. We're going to talk SEC football, Big Ten football, each and every week, along with our NFL thoughts. That particular podcast will start the final Tuesday of the month of August, so we're still about 3 or 4 weeks away from that. Our Wednesday podcast, which is going to be available starting next week, every Wednesday through college basketball and maybe beyond next year in 2019. But it all starts next week. That'll be me, Tony George. Alan Harris is going to be in studio every week. He's making the move to Vegas in a couple of weeks. We're happy about that. So we're going to be doing a lot of stuff over at DocSports.com. That'll involve podcasts, and I'll be involved in at least 2 of them and can't wait. All right, free Wednesday pick, we're going to take over between Houston and Seattle. That total sitting at 8. We had under the total yesterday, and we cashed 5-2 win by Houston. Game stayed under the total, but, Houston did score 5 runs, so maybe that's a little buy sign on the Astros. They're snapping out of that offensive mini slump they've had over the past 5 games previous to last night's game, and we do believe that it is a bit of a buy sign. It also doesn't hurt that they're going up against a lefty on the road in day action, and they've been phenomenal this season in this spot. Houston has averaged 6.9 runs per game in road day action against Southpaws so far this season, and they'll go up against Wade LeBlanc, who, despite having some decent numbers and situations this year, he's not fared well in his, 6 or 7 career outings against the Houston Astros. Meanwhile, you've got a situation where I think that Seattle will be able to score enough runs to push this one over the total of 8. I think Houston is going to lead the charge to the over. I think last night is a buy sign as far as their run scoring is concerned. And again, in a great spot for them, season-long spot going up against the lefty Wade LeBlanc in this particular game. So we're going to play the over between Keuchel and LeBlanc, Houston and Seattle. That's an afternoon game on Wednesday, so you'll be sure to want to check that out. Again, that total of 8. All right, if you like what you see, be sure to click on the thumbs up button. Be sure to subscribe. We appreciate those who have done so thus far. I'm Scott Spreitzer at DocSports.com. We'll be right back here Thursday morning, 4 a.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. Pacific with our next update. Good luck on Wednesday. Let's put them in the win column back here Thursday morning.